to look at Bitcoin, you know, because the Bitcoin halving at that time was like 200 days away. I was like, all right, like what information could I pull from like a recent halving that's like not a shit coin, that's like an actual legitimate coin? So I was like, all right, Litecoin. And I saw that it pumped like really, really hard and topped about a month before the halving. So 30 days. If you like take the date range and you pull it over here, well, you can see 30 days exactly Litecoin topped before the halving. I was like, okay, cool. When's it gonna bottom? 50 days before the halving. I'm like, okay, fine. And at that time, Bitcoin was about 217 days away from the halving. So I was like, okay, what is the price action for Litecoin look like 217 days away? So I pulled it all the way over, and it pulled it right here. So I went back this far back on Litecoin, and Litecoin was right here. It had made a nice BART pattern, and then dumped, and then after it dumped, it started vertically accumulating that many days before the halving. So this is 217 days. So I believe at the time, when looking at Bitcoin, it was around the same, that many days before the halving. So I looked at the Bitcoin price action reference to the Litecoin price action, and I found something pretty like astonishing. Just gonna put them both up on the screen. If you guys can see it, like, fine, let me know.
Yeah, you're good.
But okay. Okay. So like Bitcoin, like 217 days before its estimated halving was like right here. And it was like this. So I was like, okay, what did Litecoin do after, you know, because it made the BART pattern here. Bitcoin made a BART pattern here, then just turbo nuked off the Evergrande FUD. You know, everyone was like thinking, it was over at that point. And then it just up only. So I basically just drew a fractal off Litecoin.
No shit.
To kind of give myself like a forecast of what I thought Bitcoin might do. So I just pulled it. And here we fucking go, boys. This is why I've been so fucking bullish. This is why I was so bullish for so long. You know, we basically did what Litecoin did before the halving. And I was like, okay, like what other like confluence items can I find? And this is back in September. So let's see. Price range. Hey, let me make it a little cleaner for you guys. Okay. It pumped 62% from this bottom. Let's see what Bitcoin's done. That's 62% almost. 62% is like 42.5K. So my thought process was like, if Bitcoin was going to mirror image Litecoin before it's halving and produce the same results, that this is kind of what would happen. And the reason I liked this fractal so much is because like, I don't want to delete this yet. I want to keep these. I want to keep this here. But like, there's a lot of confluence at this 42.5 level because one, it's an underside retest of this nuke, this price action from April and May of 2022, like right around when Luna collapsed. So provides like a really, really solid underside retest. And it would be like a perfect ending to like an echo bubble rally. Or maybe this is the start of the next bull. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't really made up my mind just yet. I'm just going to try and play these things level to level. And then like there's another thing I look at really, really close. And it's probably one of my favorite things that no one really talks about. But I'm going to talk about it now because I want you guys to take a look at this because I think it's super important to start incorporating total market cap in your system, at least from like a high time frame perspective. And I'll tell you the reasons why. Let me just make this a little bit cleaner for everyone to see. Okay, so why is total market cap important? It's important because the market cap loves round numbers. when Coinbase IPO'd back in 2021 in like April, the market cap of the industry topped at 2.5 trillion. It was a really, really clean area to just top at. It's like a psychological level, 2.5. It's clean. It's almost a whole number. It's 2.5. And then we nuked exactly that $1 trillion market cap after that to 1.5 trillion. And then so 1.5 trillion acted as like a nice support resistance, nice SR level. And then I've marked out here 2 trillion, which is like another key, obviously a key level, right? Like it loves these levels, these clean levels. And then after we accumulated like in 2021 summer and ran it back up, we topped at exactly 3 trillion.
And it was probably like a bearish divergence too.
Yeah, but like 3 trillion was really important. I mean, it's trillion, right? The market was that when Bitcoin got to 69K, and then after it, corrected, and then all started running, and everything went to max euphoria. The market went to exactly 3 trillion market cap, which is kind of weird, right? Like, why these perfect round numbers? I don't know.
Math.
I can't really, but like, look at this. Like, look how perfect that is. 3 trillion. Okay, and then we dumped to 2.5, consolidate around here, and then sold off to 2, back up to bearish retest 2.5, and then sold off to 1.5. And then we sold off to 2, and then sold off to 1.5. And then 1.5 is like a really, really good bottoming area until we like SFP'd to 2 trillion and then back down to 2, or back down to 1.5. I'm sorry. And then it was down only until 1 trillion, and then we bottomed at 750 billion. But it's 750 is still like a nice round number for me from a number perspective. So for me, it's like this industry likes to move in these like round numbers. So like the next logical area for me was 1.5 trillion. And now we're probably gonna chop around it. Like Bitcoin will go up maybe to 44K. This is my current thesis, it's my current bias. Like we'll chop around like 42, maybe 43. Bitcoin will break back down a little bit, and we'll chop around while the alts run. But I think like for the most part, we'll probably just like chop around 1.5. And either this is like where they're gonna start distributing spot because we're up so much. I mean, we're almost up 3x from the bottom on Bitcoin. So, for me, this is like a really big level. If we can reclaim 1.5 trillion, like obviously the next target is 2, which is like, 30% higher. But this is like a big level for the market to digest and chop people up, and either this is reaccumulation or this is like the plan the whole time. You look at like my Twitter. I was looking at, this is back in October of 2022. This is like before FTX melted down. But I was just looking at this analysis because I've been using this tool for a while. And I was looking at volume profile of total market cap. And this area, which is 1.5 right here, was like the smallest area that we ever really traded at in terms of volume on the total market cap. So for me, like, the market, the way the volume profile works, it's kind of like playing Tetris, and the market tends to fill these little gaps in little areas. So I knew that back in 2022 that eventually we'd probably be trading back to 1.5. So yeah, there's like the deviations and volatility, but like don't get it twisted. Like at some point I knew we were going to trade back here. So that's kind of my thought process on that. So like, where do we go from here? I think we just chop. And if we like follow this Bitcoin fractal based on the Litecoin halving that I'm using, I was having difficulties with it last week because I wasn't sure if we had topped out or not, because Litecoin had taken like 50 something days to reach its peak, and we were like already basically there from that bottom from here. So I was starting to like scale into some shorts around 38.3, 38.5, thinking that might have been the top, but clearly it needs a little bit more time to digest. They need the marketing machine to go a little bit farther to convince people that this is a real rally. And hey, it might actually be. Like we might actually be like back in a bull market. And I'm totally cool with that. Like I'm totally excited for like the market if that's the case. If we hold this level, then I'll totally like be down to like start like looking to scale back into some longs. But right now I think like because of how far we've pushed and because like we still don't have an ETF approval, that it's very possible that like this is just like a nice like way for them to pump the market, distribute, and then maybe retest lower. So
I think big money wants to buy a little lower anyways. So
right. And I think big money wants to keep buying lower. I don't think it's done. And once the ETF comes in, it's still going to take time for money to institutional flows to flow into those ETFs, and then for that to be hitting the actual market. So I think a lot of this is speculation and like front running the ETF news, which is totally okay and totally like, I mean, it's totally normal for the market to do something like this. So everyone's like really excited.
And then they're probably just gonna like, if we right before like ETF or at the ETF, probably get that like sell the news event, and that's when like all these longs that everyone's been building will start unloading. That dip is probably going to be like the bottom before the bull market.
For sure. And like we can talk about that too. But like as far as like the next month, if like this is going to play out the way it's been playing out, like this top is around like Christmas time. And like that would play out with like a Santa Claus rally. Like maybe we just chop in here between like 42 and 40 for the next like week or so. And then like we get a nice dump into like 38K and everyone thinks it's over. And then we get Santa Claus rally to the end of the year. And then this is when you want to start like potentially looking to either build a short here and then maybe TP some here and set a stop, or look to scale back into a short around here. But like for me, this is kind of what I'm looking to play right now. Like I missed the move up from 38.5 to 42K. I'm totally okay with that because I literally caught this entire move. I TP'd like 37.5, 38K on spot and like perps. And I got stopped out like once or twice, but like very, very small. And I talked about it in my corner. I'm like, yeah, I'm scalping here. I TP'd here partially. I'm setting a stop above 38.3. I'll probably look to get out. I probably could have taken a long, but I didn't have the conviction just yet, and that's okay. Like my goal is to just like maintain like the profits that I've made and just take like high conviction, like high quality setups. And so that's kind of like how I'm playing it right now. I think that if this is going to be distribution, we're going to have at least a couple weeks of distribution for them to like offload spot before a move lower. And I think like if we do get a move lower, I really like this area here to reaccumulate spot, which is like between like 30 and like 28, like around here. I would love like a retest into here. And the reason I like this area a lot is because that's where big money's buying. Like Tether, the USDT, like those guys, the guys who've been basically pumping the fuck out of this market. I said this on the stream like last week with John and Rob, that these guys have like billions and billions of dollars of US treasuries on their balance sheet. And they're, the US government's paying, a ton of money to these treasury holders. And Tether is like a massive holder. I think they have like 70 or like $80 billion worth of US treasuries. So these guys are making like $1 billion, $2 billion a quarter of pure profit. And what they're doing is, after all their employees and everything else is paid out, they're taking the profits and using it to buy spot Bitcoin. And they did it all Q2 and all Q3 and here. So Tether bought like a bunch of spot Bitcoin in this range here, like in earlier this year. And they bought, this is Q3, I think. What is it? Q3. So Q2 they bought spot, Q3 they bought spot. We're gonna find out like pretty soon where, when they release this information, like if they bought again. But I'm gonna assume that they kept buying spot in this area. So this area is like 24 to like 27, 28K. If they continue to do so, like I think these guys are smart. They know what they're doing. Like I'm gonna assume that they're gonna continue to buy in these areas. And really, Bitcoin becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like you have all this big money flowing in, Tether's buying spot, these institutions coming in buying spot. Like I think that it might be safe to say that iron support is somewhere in the zone. Obviously, like around here, this is probably iron support. So obviously, like a black swan can happen and like things can go lower, but like I think that like from a holistic view, like that's a really really good value. 30K, and also maybe lower too if you're lucky. But I also think that I said this last week as well that like Michael Saylor is like a giant moving average. He's bought like 175,000 Bitcoins over the last like 4 or 5 years. And his average price is currently like 30.2K, which is like right here. So I think from a high time frame perspective, as an investor, if you're looking to accumulate spot, like you want to accumulate spot below Saylor's average and you want to sell it above. And there will be deviations above and below his average in volatility to like profit and make those trades. So anything below 30K for me is a buy for spot, especially with like the halving coming up and the ETF narrative. It makes sense to me. So if we're lucky enough and we're patient enough, I think that if we're going to follow this Litecoin strategy, we should get a dip before the halving. So we can kind of play this out here. I'll just run it back real quick. Not saying that it's going to play out perfection, but like we're probably going to get a dip at some point. 27.5K, 30.32, like 30K. The halving is around, I think the halving's what, in April 2nd, April 3rd, something like that.
Those levels are amazing levels for my strat. My strat, I have 2 naked monthly POCs there. So
right.
That's like, big. And then like, we'll probably get like a little bounce though at 34.5, 34 as well.
Oh, for sure. Like it's not going to be perfect, obviously, right? This is just an idea and a reference point for volatility and what's possible, but like I think it's very possible. So I've been kind of like messing around with this tool. Nothing's going to be perfect, but like this is looking very likely right now. Just the way the price has been moving relative to this fractal, it's like almost perfect. And I suggest you guys. If the market makers are following this strategy, like we don't want to share this with anyone. So don't talk about this fractal at all. But yeah, like, please don't.
That's awesome.
But like it could not play out, but it's been pretty close so far. So let's just take it like day by day. Like I operate as a swing trader more so than a scalper. Like Pocky, you're so good at scalping low time frames, man. Like you're incredible. I'm more of like because I come from traditional finance, like investment banking. And then now I'm a fund manager, and I used to work for a hedge fund. I've been like thinking more like a longer term swing trader investor, and that's just kind of how I play things. It's how it's how I do the best. It's the type of environments I perform the best in. Versus like trying to be I can scalp like high leverage on low time frames, but I choose not to do it too often because I'd rather be the more macro guy and play the longer swings because I'm able to pound more size into my trades and have clear invalidations.
It's my downfall, bro. It's my downfall.
It's okay.
I've scalped, bottoms and tops, and the P&Ls are just too juicy for me to hold. Like I was long from 25 and I closed.
No, I get it.
So I think I'm going to have to start getting a little bit more in the spot and do that again.
You can.
It's been so long.
I mean, like what you could do is like you can feed your like these scalps into like your swings. You know what I mean? like I would like at this fund I used to work for, and even the fund, my small fund that I have now that I manage, like I'll build swing positions, right? Like if I'm biased, like macro short, right? If I think Bitcoin's at a top around here, I can start nibbling in shorts and DCing my shorts in here. And then while we're chopping around in this area for like distribution to happen, I can still take intraday longs and other longs, scalp longs on alts and other coins, even Bitcoin. I can still just scalp Bitcoin.
Yeah, I do hedge.
I can still do that.
Yeah, I do hedge.
I can hedge. Like I don't have to like, like I think a lot of people don't hedge. And like I use Femex and like I can long and short the same pair at the same time. I think you can do it the same on BitGet and like other exchanges.
Yep.
And, like you can build positions on the same account, like with different with varying leverages. And like I think it's smart to have multiple accounts. Like you have your main swing that you try not to touch, and it has its own validation. And then you have your like intraday scalping account that you like will take certain plays on, and like you use that to build those accounts, and then you can always transfer money in or to the other account to add to your swing if you have like major conviction. There's a few things you can do, but like this is like kind of like how I'm playing it right now. This is my bias at the moment. Yeah. Oh, Tia. Yeah, we can look at Tia. Tia was a big fucking play for me, man. I called this one back in like beginning of November. I thought it was the thought process behind this one was pretty simple. Like I have a friend who was like the CEO and founder of this coin. His name is Michael Rourke. He's a good friend of mine, and he's my neighbor in Tampa. And we were talking last year during the bear market about like just the markets and stuff like that. And I said, okay, Michael, like I know you're a founder and you have your own coin and blah, blah, blah. But like, I know you do some investing and you have really good intel and you're a builder in the space. Like what coin do you like the most that's not your own? And he said, I like Celestia a lot. And this is back in like March last year, I believe. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll keep my eye out for that. And it really stuck with me. And then like, Celestia, I followed them on Twitter. I was like learning more and more about them. They're like a modular blockchain. They're venture capital backed. They have some really big investors. Like it's a very legit project. So as soon as it went live, I knew that I wanted to ape some. Not only because he told me to, but because of the way that the VC coin's been playing out. And if you like look back at like Aptos, for example, like earlier this year, like these VC coins just get fucking gorilla pumped.
Yeah.
Like this is the VC playbook. They'll pump it, like they'll hire like a market maker like DRW or someone like that, and they'll just pump it and pump it and pump it and liquidate shorts until it's done. And then eventually, when the founders and the VCs are ready to start distributing spot, they'll start filling shorts and they'll start unloading spot, and it's just down only, and then they'll like squeeze all the shorts up big time. What is this, like a 60% move? And then it's just down only again, big move, down only again, and so on and so forth. Not saying that that's the destiny for Tia, because Tia might be the next Solana or the next Avalanche or whatever. And then in a bull market, like this is possible. When you have like a guy like Zusu, not RIP Zoo, but like he pumped this thing like 10x from these levels, and the market pumped at 10x. So these types of like returns are it's possible for something like this to happen to this coin at some point. And I'm not saying it's going to, and your longing here is very risky because it's up so much. It's already up like 3x on the year, but like it's still, if we're in a genuine bull market, like this thing could have a lot more to run. It could run to like $20. Yeah, so that's Tia. Solana, I think Solana runs at like $80. I think it makes a perfect underside retest. Probably happens sometime later this month, if I had to guess. I'm not going to long it here, but like, I think at some point, like I might be looking to long Solana if like Bitcoin, like I'm not looking to long alts too heavily right now. I mean, there's some good plays to be had because Bitcoin pumps so hard and dominance is up so high. And like, there's definitely going to be, like if Bitcoin is going to distribute in a range like this, it's definitely going to be a rotation into altcoins. So Like for me, how I want to play it, if I'm going to be playing altcoins, is like wait for like Bitcoin to flush, either down to like 40K, and then on this bounce, I'll find the coins that have like, that look the best on the BTC pair, and those will probably be the highest beta, and look to play those coins because they'll like perform the best when Bitcoin does make a local bottom.
Your Solana level is below my long. Damn it.
This chart, this isn't the one I've been using. I have like all these different ones here, but I'm just using it just to talk about it. But I think like if you are on the sidelines waiting to play alts, it would make sense for like Bitcoin to flush like this or flush down here, and then try and catch those like high beta alts for some plays for like hold for a couple days or so. Because I think while Bitcoin's chopping, if Bitcoin does dump like 5-6%, I think the total market cap will probably remain the same. They'll like rotate that capital into like alts and Ethereum. So kind of where I'm at, guys. It's kind of like, hopefully this has been helpful. Like why I was potentially looking to short the other day, even though I got stopped. This is kind of my thought process and the way I look at the market from like a holistic perspective and like from a high time frame view. Like I try and plan my trades ahead of time. Like either 38 or 39 or now 42K was like the level that I was looking to potentially get involved in a swing on the short side. So I think that if we're lucky, we'll get a nice dip to 30K before the halving. And if we do get that, and we're lucky enough to get that, even maybe like lower, like that's an area where we want to get back involved and look to take some swings on the long side. New Wave Fresh 87. Beta means like, okay, if Bitcoin, it's a performance against against Bitcoin. Like for example, like if Bitcoin bounces 1% after it bottoms, like and Solana bounces 3%, then like Solana's beta to Bitcoin is 3-to-1, meaning that like Solana will outperform Bitcoin 3% to 1% moves. So like if you're looking to get a intraday scalp or a long, the higher performer would be like the coins that have the higher beta, and generally that's like you look at the like right now, like Solana's coming into support here against Bitcoin. Like this is an important level for Solana to hold, and it would make sense for like Solana to take out like this high here, at least like to here. And let's see how much higher this is.
Give it to me.
That's a lot higher. That's a lot higher. But like even if it didn't go here, even if it went to like here, at 20%, 27% against Bitcoin. So Bitcoin stayed at 42K. Since Solana appreciated 27% against Bitcoin, and that's a 27% move for Solana, which if you look at SolUSD, let's just say 27% move is $80, which is like exactly where I want it to go, which is a perfect underside retest. So, that's kind of how I do things.
81st before you stop me out. I'm in at 56.
No, I think you're safe there. I mean, it could 56. Yeah, I think you're okay.
Nah.
Maybe not. Look at this gap right here.
Yeah, the range high is like where my stop is now. So
if Bitcoin did flush to 38 and then sent to 44 or 43 afterwards, like you'd probably get the retest on Solana down to 48. It'd be probably like a nasty wick, but like it would be the one you want to buy before it goes like before it went. This would be a really good setup actually.
I know we're gonna start hearing parabolic again. Parabolic moves.
I mean, dude, Bitcoin fucking killed it.
Like, I can't believe it.
I haven't seen that much money flow into Bitcoin in a while. Like, look at this thing, man. It's just been fucking. That is fucking crazy. That's impressive. The TWAP machine was on fire.
Yeah, it was, dude.
It was crazy, bro. Those motherfuckers were just ripping every high, just Nothing was safe. Every
Just
low defended.
go to the daily. It's hilarious, man. If you go to the daily, look at Tuesdays and Fridays. You're gonna laugh. Like you'll laugh.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Go back to that the like order block, big daily order block
Tuesday.
right there. Like, yeah, dude, it's crazy, bro.
Wow.
The
Yeah,
TWAP is on a timer.
Oh yeah, and then another reason why I shouldn't have been looking for shorts just yet, and the reason I was is because I was just trying to anticipate the trend change. But like I used the 12 and the 21 EMA on the daily, like religiously for my as part of my trending system. So basically, it's pretty simple. Like in a trending and market environment, the 12 EMA is the yellow line. The 21 EMA is the white line. When the 12 is above the 21, like, and it's not inverted, it's bullish. So this is a bull trend. Start of your bull trends right here. And then usually these EMAs will provide like really good signal. And basically, like as long as like this EMA doesn't flip the white one, we're like remaining in a bull trend. And like generally speaking, see if I can find a chart that's not being used. Like these EMA provides really good like retest to buy from when we're in a bull trend. This is on the daily. I find the 12 hour is actually a little bit better for signal. But like the daily is like really, really rock solid. And as you can see, like we held the 12 or the 21, and then the 12 became like the guide up the trend, and we just kept ripping. So until like this flips, and then you have like something like this. Like when in an uptrend, like you generally buy the dips on these EMAs, and until the trend flips and say like price goes like this, and then these EMAs flip, then once the trend flips on those higher time frames, then you can start shorting the EMAs, those retests. And an example of it would be like, here's the 2021 bull market. It just front ran the EMA, but like here you buy that, and then you buy this, you buy this, you buy this until it fails, and then the trend flips right here, and then those EMAs become resistance all the way down. So if you're like a high time frame swing investor or trader, and you're not, a big scalper, you just want to play moves like longer term moves, like this is a really great way to do that. And it's always been a part of my system. Like for example, like 2021, after we broke out the separate time range, this is a perfect place to buy, until we had the trend flip. But even this was like resistance, and then we bottomed here, and then the trend flipped back bullish. And right now, even here, like this is around when Luna crashed, like right here when Luna started crashing. Trend flips here, resistance, and down to last summer's range. But we've been trending all year, or we've been trending all year, but this has been providing really good signal. Support. So early trend, you generally get like two really good opportunities to buy dips in trends like this. The first one would be here. And then here, and then here. I mean, yeah, we got like many opportunities to buy the dip. And at least like if you're waiting for these to happen, like you can at least like be really selective with your entries. You're not like, you're not buying in here. You're waiting for it to get below or at least touch, and then you can get long. And then at least like if it starts closing below on the daily, like it's probably just a time to get out, and you can, your risk is more defined.
Hey Nick, I gotta head out and do a one-on-one, brother. Thanks you so much for having me. And once again, man, welcome to the Boss.
No, thanks, bro.
I'm so happy that
I
you're
love
here.
you, man.
You
Hope to
too,
see you
brother.
soon, dude.
Yeah, we gotta
Much
get
love,
together.
bro.
Definitely.
Yeah, we will. All right, I'll see you soon.
All right, later, fam. Peace. Later, everybody.
Later, Pocky. So yeah, appreciate Pocky stepping in for my first stream. I hope this has been like a little helpful. I just want to like give you guys like a thought process and how I think. I think it's important to like, if you're going to be in my corner looking at my trades, like understand like how I think and how I trade, so you kind of like understand like what you're getting yourself into. Like, I'm gonna miss trades here and there. I'm gonna like, I missed this move up, but like that's okay. Like I know where to get back in. The 200 EMA, I don't really use the 200, but I will glance at them occasionally. And I used to use VWAPs as well. Yeah, I like to look at the high time frame a lot. I think it's important to know like where we came from and where we're going. Like that doesn't mean we can't go here. The scariest fractal I'm looking at is this one. I'll show you. So like, this is the scariest one. Is like this part here. Because like people think that this is COVID nuke, right? Not a 3K before the bull run. And people are thinking that, some people are trying to say that this is the equivalent of the COVID nuke. And we had like push up and then a squeeze up. So you push up, squeeze up, and then we have this BART here, and then bottom, and then just up only. And I'll just do this real quick because why not? But if I'll just take the fractal, and I'll teach you guys how to use this fractal tool too. This is really helpful. Kind of fucked. I hope this doesn't I mean, if this happens, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not positioned for this to happen. I'm pretty familiar with macroeconomics. I'm not like the most macro. I'm not the perfect macro guy. I'm still learning. I'm still going and like using new things as I go. But I have some really smart friends who all they focus on are macroeconomics, who work for like much larger funds. So we'll lean on them for advice here and there at like big like pivotal points. But I think the stock market goes all-time high next year. Okay, but you're basically long term and not so much short term movements. Okay, so like I prefer to like swing Bitcoin and Ethereum in size, and then I will take alts if once I see like certain setups and I have confidence in the trend. Like I was longing a shit ton from I longed so many alts like when I was super long on Bitcoin, I was like longing the shit out of alts all the way up here. But when I started losing confidence in the trend on Bitcoin, when thinking that Bitcoin was running out of steam, I stopped playing alts because I didn't want to get wrecked. But I was like before I joined Wealth Group, I was like getting really, really long all through up here and just shit posting the entire way up. And that's usually what I do. Like I like to shit post and fuck around when I'm like letting my swings run to targets. And then I will like find other alts and other coins that I really like and I'll play them as long as I can. But like I guess I'm more on the safer side. Like once I think like the overall trend of Bitcoin or ETH is like running out of steam, I like start playing more defensive. But like right now we're just in like this is like this isn't like normal. This is like we're in a bull market at the moment. So like this is like this price action was like not that many people saw this coming. Yeah, I'll do trading sessions in the future for sure. No, I'll do more. I'll do I'll just bring people on. We can go over charts. We can put together trades together. There's a lot of things that I'll be doing for the group. I'm like really excited to be here. I really appreciate John for giving me this opportunity. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I can look at Eagle in a second. No problem, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like, give me some time to get going, guys. I'm just getting used to like wealth group and how everyone operates and stuff like that. But you give me a little bit of time to get comfy, and once we get comfy and we get rolling, like we'll start crushing it for sure. My section is yeah, there it is. It's the brain emoji. I appreciate that, Arash. Thank you, man. I'm just here to share as much alpha as I can. Provide as many good setups as I can, and just be a vibe. That's it, you know. Like John and Eli's and all the boys are fucking amazing at what they do. Everyone's so good in here. I'm so impressed. Johnny works so hard, man. All the boys work so hard. Like I know Johnny's got a lot of stuff cooking up his sleeve right now for the group. Says you can see markets range the next decade. Okay, I'll go over like where I think the stock market's going. We'll just do it real quick. And you guys tell me what you think about this idea. Yeah, bro, Walsh Wealth Group for life, bro. It's no better place to be, honestly. John is just amazing at what he does. Like he provides so much alpha and value for his community. Okay. I'll just do a fresh. I think this is all right. This is where I think the stock market goes. And you're gonna laugh, but I just took the fractal off Bitcoin. I genuinely think this is what the stock market's doing right now. It's like Bitcoin showed the stock market the way. There's a lot of like big headwinds heading our way in America. There's some really smart people that I look up to, and like they've been showing me some models that they've been running. And there's the economic models, and like we go in these like long-term cycles, like from a macro perspective. I'll post it in the chat in a second. Let's see, economic. Take a look at the chat. So someone I look up to, like he talks about this stuff a lot, and he's predicted a lot of the market. He's predicted a lot of things over the years. These are like long-term economic, like macroeconomic models of like the markets and how they move. He pretty much predicted like a lot of like the big moves recently, the last like 10 years. This guy's predicting the stock market's gonna top in like 2024, like May. And then it's down only till 2028. And I kind of like agree with him, to be honest. I think it's possible. The inflation running so high, and like everything is gonna break at some point. Stock market is like been running for so long. All this like unlimited quantitative easing. The housing markets are like gonna start showing cracks soon, I think, with like how high interest rates are and how high prices went. Like a lot of people, I think there's like gonna be some downfall from it. Not just that, but like credit card usage and debt is at all-time high. Car loans are becoming delinquent. Like people are not gonna be able to afford their mortgages pretty soon. Like I think we're gonna go into an economic recession more so than we already probably are. And I think the only reason we haven't like felt the big effects from it yet is because the government was just so good at like printing money. But it's gonna come crumbling down at some point, I think. And like I'm trying to figure out like what I think this means for Bitcoin. Like if the market does this, like what happens to crypto? Like, and like the reason I'm thinking about this is because like I'm thinking about the bigger players in the space, like BlackRock and like these other institutions. Like they're not playing the same game we are. Like these guys have billions of dollars and they have all the time in the world to accumulate low. And like are we gonna just like top next year, and then is it gonna be down only for a few years while they accumulate more and more Bitcoin? And then when they're fully ready, is it then gonna pump to where we think it's gonna go? I don't know. I really don't know yet. I'm trying to figure that out myself. Of course, they're using AI systems. That's like all the markets are run on algorithms now. They all run on algos. They don't sleep. They don't sleep, bro. So like if Bitcoin, this is only 4 months away, 5 months away. And this is like around the time when the halving is supposed to be like in April, right? So if the halving's like here, like what if it's just one giant blow off and then yeah, I think we've been in a recession since 2021 or 2020, honestly, and they just covered it up with like infinite money printing. But like, what if the halving's a blow off top, and then we just like consolidate and just chop around for a couple of years while like the big boys fill their pockets? That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's why I'm not trying to be. I'm trying like really hard not to get too crazy bullish, even though there's some really fucking exciting things going on right now in the space. Money is flowing back in, but like you know, I feel like a lot of this price action is still coming from like the stablecoin minters, like Tether and everyone else. Yeah, I think people. I mean, I think it's inevitable that like if a hedge fund has a few $1 billion of assets under management, like what's stopping them from throwing in like a 1/4% or 0.5% of their fund's assets into a spot Bitcoin ETF? Like, there's nothing stopping them from doing that. Yeah, that's possible too, man. Honestly, I saw a very similar like chart yesterday, actually, where we go to like all time high, like here, and then it sells off. Everyone thinks it's down only, and then you like have an opportunity to buy here, and then and then it rips. Possible, very possible. I'd like to get a dip before the halving. We get like a 25% correction, 30% 25% correction on Bitcoin before the halving. Like, I'm gonna buy that for sure. I'm gonna just buy more spot. On ETF being delayed till last minute. I think that the SEC could use any tricks they want, and they can do anything they want to find a way to delay. They don't play by the rules. They can find any reason to delay. Doesn't mean they're going to, but like you have to be aware that it's very possible. But like, yeah, I mean, bad news has been bullish, and good news has been bullish. Like nothing has been stopping this market right now. I do want my correction though. Like maybe the ETF, like it pumps, and then like I was talking to one of the biggest market makers in crypto about this actually recently in DMs, and he told me that here, I'll pull it up real quick. I'm not going to share his name because I want to keep him. He told me not to tell anyone like what he says, but like he said that probably says rally on the headline and sell off. Bitcoin will be above $50,000 in due time after the flows of the ETF start actually coming in. That's what he told me. So he thinks it's a sell the news, but then buy the dip, and then the real rally will start. Kind of like when like CZ announced that he was like stepping down, like we just nuked super hard to like 36K or 35.8, and then we just started rallying from there. So maybe some kind of like similar effect where like everyone thinks it's sell the news, oh my god, and then we dump super hard, liquidations happen, like there's a leverage flush in the system, open interest gets wiped, and then like it's once like the flows start happening, that's when the TWAP starts. So that's very possible as well. Thinking that happens too. So we'll see. I mean, they're basically front running the ETF right now with the way this price action's been. So 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 these are some of my thoughts. I want to open up time for people to start. I want to start working with some people, whoever who wants some help. As soon as I can, honestly. Oh, sorry about the gold thing, bro. My bad. My fault, brother. This high is definitely getting swept. Definitely getting swept. You have highs there. You have highs here. You have a high here as well, which is like an underside retest. I would not be surprised if this is tagged. 30% move on an altcoin while Bitcoin's chopping. Very possible. Wouldn't the best thing for BlackRock for the first couple to get denied? I mean, I'm in the camp where like they were colluding with FTX to like nuke the entire industry so they could buy the dip. What alts am I looking at? Oh yeah, INJ, dude. I don't. INJ is a tough one for me right now. It's been so good. This is a coin that if we are lucky enough to get a retest of 30K Bitcoin before the halving, I absolutely want to buy this. So this is like a wish, but if we can get INJ around $10, that's gonna be a buy for me. Yeah, I mean it's so fucking strong, man. It's about to be in price discovery. We'll see. I am personally not going to chase it here. I was trading this thing. It's funny. I was trading this thing like earlier this year with like Trader Z. We were like trading it around like $3, $4, $5 in this area. We were trading this. I actually shorted this setup here. I shorted this coin, and then it just started running. INJ kind of looks like early Solana vibes. Not gonna lie. I am ice cream trader. I am sidelined. Should I start to DCA? Yeah, Trader Z is a good friend of mine. You want a DCA or wait for the dump? Are you talking about Bitcoin? What are you talking about? Yeah, INJ and the bear was crazy. Yeah, I think you're good. If you 8.5 is like, I got you. Like when you say liquid price, you mean like your average? Your liquidation price. So your liquidation price is here. I mean, I would assume. What's your average right now? Yo, you said you're underwater, like you're long from higher. Super. I haven't looked at super in a long time. Forgot this thing still exists. Oh my god. Here's the problem we have right now. Everything looks like this right now. It's an important level for super to reclaim. I mean, if you're looking for longs on this, you probably want to get bid like 49 cents. Like maybe it dips to here, and then you like, and then takes out these highs, and then maybe these highs if you're lucky. But the thing has already ran a lot. I like Mask a lot. It hasn't really pumped too hard yet. Where is this motherfucker? I like this one a lot. I was long from this one earlier. From here, I TP'd it already. I might get back in this thing like if Bitcoin does its like little dip that I think it might do. But this thing looks really ready to go. Honestly, like from it's holding its trend perfectly. There's a lot of stops here. I think like Mass could run to like 420. Like at least take out this high here. This would make a lot of sense to me from like a high time frame. Maybe take out this as well. $5, $5 mask would make sense to me. If you wish you had deployed more spot, would you begin to DCA into projects now in case we don't get that pullback, or wait for the 30K BTC to buy more spot? Okay. So I was having this conversation like recently, and this is back when Bitcoin was at 37 or 38K. It's like, okay, yeah, we might get 30K. But if you genuinely think we're going a lot higher, and you're in the camp that you think we go back to like 50, 60K Bitcoin at some point, you know, do you really want to wait for a 20% dip when you think it's going to go 2x? And that depends on like how much, like what it depends on a lot of different factors, like your risk tolerance, like how much you're putting in, if you're using leverage, if you're just buying spot, what your time horizon is. Like there's a lot of things that you look at. For me, like I'm gonna do my best to wait for a dip to redeploy back in spot, and until then, I'm gonna just trade the ranges and play perps until I have an opportunity to do so. I still have ETH spot I'm holding because I use it for coin margin and I play with it on chain. But I sold majority of my Bitcoin already, unfortunately. I am in the camp where I think we'll get a dip before halving currently. If we don't get it, it is what it is. But I can still play the ranges and still make money until I can find a good place to buy more spot. And like like Sailor doesn't care. He's a giant moving average. Like just buy below his average and sell above, and you can do that on a high time frame on low leverage and probably get away with it. ETH plan. ETH probably does this. I think ETH goes to 2,500 at some point in this month. It would make sense. They might as well just send it. Everything's trending pretty hard. I would be very surprised if ETH doesn't at least tag this level at some point. It doesn't mean ape it right now. Maybe you get like a sweep here. If we're lucky to get that Bitcoin flush to like 38, 39K, like that's probably your opportunity to like get long on ETH and at least have an invalidation. If Bitcoin goes to 32K, you just do this. You go to your calculator app, and you type in, okay, so if ETH BTC is at ETH BTC is at 0.053 right now, which is coming into the support zone. You multiply 32,000 times 0.0535, and that would give you an Ethereum price of approximately $1,712. So 1712. If ETH BTC stays at 0.053, 0.053 times Bitcoin price. So if you think Bitcoin is going to be at 42,000 for a while, and you think ETH goes to 0.057, you do 0.057 times 42,000. That's an ETH price of 23.94, 2,400 So it's really like you just take where you think Bitcoin will go times the ETH BTC price, and that'll give you like your approximate Ethereum price. And you could do this to Solana as well. So, like I think here, and then I think the upper targets, like what John was saying in his corner, is probably like around here. It's a big level for ETH because of support, resistance, support, support, deviation, resistance, support. So that's a big level. So 2788. So if like you're really, really bullish on ETH and you're still in that swing long and you've trimmed some at least, like your upper targets are 24, 2500 and 2788 around there. And then at least like here as well. There's a gap right here. This is 2460. If they want to sweep these highs here at 2460, yeah. So 2460, 2520, 2788 around there. You could even like make it more 2750. What did HBJ say? He's looking for Tia. Yeah, $7 would make a lot of sense on Tia. If we do, like, if we're looking for a Tia scalp, I mean, this is juicy right here. Was it $7? 686. All the way down here to like 666. If they were to sweep all that liquidity. The last time Tia dumped hard, it did a 30% retrace. So if we're retracing 30% from the high, it's like, oof, baby. Sweeps that perfectly. So yeah, this would be a juicy long, boys. Right here, this would be fucking filthy. If we're like lucky enough to get that, that'd be filthy. And your risk reward would be really good here. You could have your easy invalidation. Yeah, easy invalidation on that one. That makes a lot of sense. It's clean. It's really clean. Yeah, by the way. What's the deal with this coin, by the way? Can someone tell me more about this one? And where did it get listed first? Okay, OKX. All right, well, let's look at it from here. You got the retest. You want to see it hold here. This is the low. This is you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it lose this level right here. So as long as it holds this low right here, like 38 cents, you could probably like see it. We could probably see higher prices. I'm just doing it just from a chart perspective. I don't know anything about this coin. But just from market structure, like that would make sense to me. As long as it holds here, we'll probably see higher. Oh, one sec. My headphones just died. One sec, boys. All right, I'm back. Yeah. So as long as it holds this level, I think it's safe for long. If you can get it here, just be wary though. If Bitcoin does dump to like 38, 40K, like this thing might run the lows again. So you have to be aware of that as well. You want to see it. You want to see it hold here though. If it sweeps here, hopefully, like while Bitcoin's chopping, it starts making its way up. So if Bitcoin does flush, it doesn't go that low. You know what I mean? So like hopefully, like it gains while Bitcoin's chopping, and then like say Bitcoin goes to 42K again, like maybe it's here, and then if it does flush, it doesn't. Hopefully, it doesn't flush. Like it doesn't make new lows. Because if it starts making new lows, you might want to just get out. You're looking for a 25% entry. I mean, yeah, that'd be sick. But you probably don't want to see that from a trend perspective. If it's a new coin, you probably don't want to see that happening. You probably don't want to see it to go down that low. You want to see strength while Bitcoin's chopping. If it's weak while Bitcoin's chopping, you don't want to be playing it. You know what I mean? You want to be playing strength. There's better coins out there to play if while Bitcoin's chopping. Like you don't want to be longing weakness when Bitcoin's chopping. That's just like because if Bitcoin dumps and it's going to dump even further, you want to be longing strength. Yeah, 1 sec, buddy. I'll let you know. Matic. Matic looks kind of weak. Oh yeah, this is a piece of shit coin right now. Like look at its performance against Bitcoin right now. Like this isn't something you want to be necessarily longing unless this is the reversal of the trend. But for me, like it's against BTC, it's in a downtrend. Look, it flipped bearish. It retested it as resistance. So until like this gets flipped, you know, this is a piece of shit. This is something you would want to short. If Bitcoin, if you're bearish on Bitcoin, this is exactly the kind of piece of shit coin that you want to short because it's weak as fuck against Bitcoin, and so like you guys, when you're trading, you should be looking at the BTC pairs as often as you can just to get an understanding of where its relative strength against Bitcoin. Now, obviously, when Bitcoin's in an omega bull and it's just pumping and BTC dominance is increasing, everything is going to be dumping against Bitcoin. But you have like, here's an example of strength, right? TIA against Bitcoin. This is strength. This is the shit you long on dips. Super BTC. This is the shit you long on dips. Not fucking this piece of shit. Total 3. Yeah, bro, I'll look at it. Total 3 for you. Pump me. It's screaming pump me. Like there's a gap right here, boys. Can 15, 22%. Meaning that like alts can rip another 20% as far as the market cap goes. A gap. Okay, here. So you see how like the candle, like this, there's a gap here, like there's inefficiency right here. Like the candle never came back up to retest. The market, it's like playing Tetris. You want to fill these like gaps of inefficiency. You want to see price come back in there to retest it as resistance before breaking back down. It just didn't do it because it was super weak. So there's a gap here. There's also a gap here. So like we can expect like price to at some point come back in here. This is so 600 billion total 3 is an important level. Yeah, alts can run, man. Alts have a lot of room to run. And the market cap can fluctuate. Like total 3 or total is like money will flow out of Bitcoin and into these alts. So like you'll have the market cap Bitcoin will be reduced and that market cap will go, all that money will flow into the altcoins, pumping them. Yeah, usually price has to retest at some point, but it could take a while. Look how long it took. It took fucking 617 days, bro. That's 2 fucking years. Kind of like my fucking tweet about total market cap, volume file, filling the gap. This is in October of 2022. So it's been over a year since I tweeted this. I said 1.5 trillion is a magnet. And look where we are now. We're back at 1.5 trillion. We swept it. So I'm assuming we're going to hang out in here for a little bit, at least for a few weeks. So like what happens is, generally speaking, like Bitcoin will move first. Bitcoin will pump. Everything will pump with Bitcoin, but Bitcoin will outperform. And then like Bitcoin will top and then chop, meaning like the bigger whales will sell some of their Bitcoin and pump altcoins. Coins will catch up. So it usually goes like Bitcoin, ETH, alts. Right now it goes like Bitcoin, Solana, ETH, alts. And then once like things are overheated, like everything tends to dump. Like they go back into US dollar and then like they'll buy the dip and start it over again. So Bitcoin pumps, big layer ones like Solana, ETH, that will pump. And then altcoins will pump, shitcoins, on-chain shitcoins will pump, and then meme coins like doggy coins like Doge and Shib and stuff like that will pump. Bonk. Well, Bonk's already been pumping. And then you get like a big flush. And then the cycle starts over again. But we gotta be cautious because this is like the perfect underside retest. Huge level. Huge level. Thoughts on Rose? Wow, Rose had a monster move. It swept all the liquidity here. Doesn't mean it can't go for these targets in here. It can't doesn't mean it can't go higher to here. Which is like another 40%. If Bitcoin chops and total 3 like goes crazy, like this can definitely go to 11 cents. That wouldn't be like that wouldn't surprise me at all. But you have to understand, like we did sweep this liquidity here, and now it's below. This could be a valid short. You could actually, if you really wanted to, I'm not going to do it, but you could short Rose, and your invalidation would be like here, would be where the X is. I'm not doing it because alts will probably pump. But if you're taking like if you wanted to get short, what you would do is you would identify this level beforehand. And then just like above 8.5 cents, you want to take a scalp short. You could like get short in here. And then you would have captured an 8% move. You're welcome, McKinley. Rose could keep going though. All the alts could keep going because a lot of alts haven't really pumped yet. Like, yeah, Tia is pumped. Yeah, like Super is pumped. Yeah, some other stuff is pumped. Luna's pumping. But like AVAX hasn't pumped yet. I mean, it's pumped prematurely, it pumped here, but like, you know, Solana topped like days ago, and Bitcoin just made a monster move up. So it would make sense, like, for the other strong alts to continue at least one more leg up, while Bitcoin goes down, alts go up. So yeah, AVAX. Yeah, I'll look at AVAX for you. I think $30 is like what I was targeting on AVAX. Wow, went to 24. I think this 30 is right here. I mean, I originally thought that AVAX was going to fill like this. I mean, there's so much inefficiency here on the daily, like right here, which is $39. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at some point this year AVAX goes back to $39. If alts do have a big alt season this month while Bitcoin's chopping, I could definitely see some of these alts absolutely ripping higher. I covered Injective earlier, but I'll just do it again. Like, you don't really want to see Injective lose this level here, honestly, because then the trend starts looking kind of bearish. You could actually see Injective like potentially have topped out here if it doesn't hold the trend. If it doesn't hold this level, it actually could puke. H bar. I'll look at FET and H bar and SHIB. I'll look at all those three. Ooh.
And I'm back.
Okay, on the daily, it's holding. Held the CMA on the daily. Still bullish on the daily. There's a huge wick up here. This is kind of crazy. Sometimes they say follow the wick. I mean, you could like get as close to this entry as you can. This could be your invalidation on the daily time frame. So on the 12-hour, it's starting to potentially flip. If it starts closing below here, like the trend will start flipping on the daily. This could be an early signal to get out of spot, and it's already up so much. We gotta be really careful here, guys. Like, Bitcoin made a huge move up. We could do a big flush before altcoins start their proper pump and leg ups. What's up, Pocky? You back?
Yeah, what's up, brother? I'm back.
Hold on, I gotta put my headset on. One sec. I had to change my headset battery. All right, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm back, man. We good. It was a good one.
We back, boy.
Yeah.
I'm just going over some alts. People are just giving me give me some tickers. I'm just going over them.
I think I might short BTC soon, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna short BTC soon too. BTC soon too. I think if we get a sweep above 42K, I'm gonna short that.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
And then down to like 40.4, and then I'll probably long that.
40.4. What you got? What I got?
What you got over there?
Yeah. So there's a what was it? What was it? It was a 4 hour. I think it was like a 4 hour, 8 hour naked POC. I think is what I was looking to play.
Here,
right.
You want to share your screen? I can stop mine if you want to share yours. Show us what you're looking at.
Yeah, I got you. Let's do this.
By the way, I really appreciate all of you showing up today. This is great. There's 140 of us in here. 144. This is dope. You guys are all legends.
Cool. Yeah, screen's open. All right, cool. Awesome.
See what you're looking at.
All right, so we're just gonna start off at a little bit higher. I don't think it's on the daily though. Was it on the daily? Oh, okay, yeah. Nope. Yeah, no, it wasn't. So I see like this wickless daily that I feel like might get filled, but that's like that's sub 40. But there's levels for us to play before that, and I think what was it, 8 or 6? Well, for some reason when you said 440, I was like, oh yeah, like sub, like right under 41.
Oh yeah.
There's a level, and then there's I think a 6 hour. Where's the 6?
Oh yeah, there is no wick on that daily. That's crazy. Good find, by the way.
4
That's
hours.
tough.
Yeah, it falls in line with like a lot of shit, like a lot of like 4 hour wick list, 6 hour wick list. There's just a lot of money left here. And if you notice, you know, your 4400 level is like right in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
So even you get filled, and then you have like other big money that say, that acts as support, and then boom, 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 back higher.
Yeah. My levels aren't perfect, by the way. That was just kind of like the area that I was looking at. But I definitely want to get, if they can sweep 42.2K, like sweep Monday high, that'd be like a pretty valid like potential short setup for me.
Yeah, this whole for longs, this whole box, because it's a GP. These are my areas of interest that on how I scalp and get my swing trades is all based off GPs using the POCs, naked POCs. But my confirmation is all in lower time frame. So like the best trade that I've called technically my OX, but this 25K long is the same thing. So all I did is I just pulled from this low to the high, because this is a big GP anyways. Like if you pull from the breakout to the high, this area was my area of interest on where I wanted to long, right? And then if you use like the POCs and not even nakeds anymore, because there was like lower time frame nakeds, but if you just use this POC on the daily, and then we use the replay tool to there, and then we go to the 30. This is how I execute my trades, like every time. I think it's actually, we're gonna have to go a little bit more forward here. There. So this is what I look for. So what I'm looking for is a 30-minute bullish divergence at the POC inside the big golden pocket, and bam, done. My invalidation is the 886. And that's how I caught the 25K Pico bottom.
Oh, baby. Love that.
And the only reason why I'm actually actively looking for shorts is, we'll fast forward now, we'll get out of this shit, and we start at higher time frame, and it might match up with some of your levels, and you'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, that's pretty crazy. So the reason why I was like shorting earlier with you, actually, let me get rid of that, is there's monthlies here. So we were looking at shorting this, and we shorted it, I think last night or something like that. But 48.9 is like a really big level now. There's a monthly naked.
Yeah.
And then look where we were just talking about, that 37 is a naked monthly now. We shorted the monthly here. This was the short that I was with you in, basically. I just kept shorting all the bear divs above this weekly, but we ended up flipping it. So that's why I was like, all right, we're fucked.
Yeah.
And then 43,463. If we can get there today, would be really nice for me to short, but just to long. If not, then maybe Thursday.
What was that level you said? You said 4360 or what?
43,463.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that level as well earlier.
That's so crazy how we get the same shit. Like I in my 101, I was literally just talking about you, like how I was in Miami, and I was like
43.36. Yeah, 40. Yeah, that's me. I got that level too. I'm not sure when that's gonna hit. That might hit around Christmas time. I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, I have that fucking perfect level. Actually, 43,470. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
It's a naked weekly POC, and then the crazier part is it's an overlapping 3-day too.
Shit.
There's a 3-day naked POC as well at 43.4 or 43.538. So like this is an area of rejection for me in my eyes as well.
Yeah, 43,460 is like what I'm targeting for around Christmas time if that fractal plays out.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm looking to short there. I'm looking to short there.
Cool. Let's fucking get it.
Yeah. So like these are just mapping out levels. That's all I do. I'm a level fucking trader. It's hella boring. It's hella boring, but it fucking works. I don't know
No,
why.
you make it exciting though.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
You're so passionate about it. I love this shit. I want to learn from you. I want to learn your system actually and
I got
incorporate
you.
some of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
let's
got
do
you.
it. Let's do it. I definitely want to learn it for sure.
I know we were a little like tipsy when I was like, yeah, dude, I'm shorting here, right? Like I was shorting in April.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
we were tipsy, but I remember like, talking
Yeah,
about
we
it.
did it. Yep.
And all it
Yep.
is look, it's a 3-day naked POC. And then if you pull from the before we break down, so the high of this range, it's an 886 as well. So it's like basically you're almost shorting your invalidation. So it's so tight.
It was so tight. Yep.
And then if you look at that bottom, 3-day naked POC.
Fuck, man, that's beautiful. I caught that bottom too. I was actually in Italy, like over summertime when I caught that trade, and I just like let it on. I kept it on for like 2 weeks, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
caught that whole move.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it lasted 2 weeks.
It was good. It was really good.
It was funny because there's a CME gap here. There's a daily and a 3-day. Woods was at my house like 2 days before, and he took a picture of my chart and he called it in chat. He called like 24.8, like Pico. So that's like we're there. And then I flipped short again at 31.7, a sweep right there.
Yep.
And then we rode that down. Then we caught the 25K long.
Beautiful. Dude, your system is so good for swing trading.
I know, man. Dow yells at me like Dow's in here.
Well, you know what I heard? You become a millionaire by shorting, and you become a billionaire by longing. And you're gonna be a billionaire just longing. You're like just playing these swing trades out. If you could learn to swing trade like a high time frame with like big size, man, oh my god, you're gonna murder it.
I do big size sometimes, but it's just like seeing the P&Ls.
Yeah, I know, but one day you're gonna learn how to swing trade with that same size, and you're gonna keep scalping while the swings are running. And dude, oh my god, you're gonna print so hard. You're gonna print even more than you're already printing now, dude.
I'm ready.
You're printing now, dude. It's crazy.
What's the indicator? It's Pocky the
Pocky indicator, yeah.
The POCs, it's just PVP, but it's a hack. So the PVP indicator, right? It doesn't show you naked POCs, but I was fucking around with it and I just clicked extend POC to the right and it gave me naked POCs. So like for instance, like this 3-day like I used to have to do this manually. I had to pull all naked POCs manually using the fixed range volume profile tool. But once like I did this and I was like, wait a second, I have a naked POC here that I had to pull manually. And this indicator, when I turned on extend POC to the right, gave me the naked POCs. My fucking life became so much easier because I didn't have to pull it. But do we still pull them? We do, because it gives us range POCs and value area high, value area low. So that's more of advanced, Nick, that I would show you as well. And then I show my ninjas this after they master like step 1. But the fixed range volume profile is fucking nuts. So like if we do this little daily on why we were trying to why we are longing here, yeah, of course it's a daily POC. But if you add your fibs from the low to the high before we made the dip, okay, we have a GP right here, right, guys? There's a daily naked POC. There's 2 weekly POCs. Those are the ones that I got front ran. But if you pull this range with your fixed range volume profile, like this little range right here, what is it, like a week, give or take? If you just pull, actually, you can pull the whole thing. It doesn't even fucking matter. You pull the whole thing, where's your range POC? 34.75. Like literally fucking Pico.
Perfection.
Inside a GP, right? Like that's a great, like this is another way that you can incorporate volume profile, like POCs, naked POCs.
Bro, I love using volume profile on a high time frame, especially. Like it's really, really good.
It's how I
really,
get
on any time frame, but yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's how I get my interest. Like the short that like we're looking to take, just like a short scalp. Like I know you're scalping right now too. So if you guys want to know, like you got to ask questions. If you're new to the space or you're not sure about your strategy, like this is something like we all successful traders have done. Like we ask questions to ourselves to try to like problem solve it and figure it out. And like what I did 3 years ago is like, I want to know why BTC bounced there. So in volume profile, we'll give you that answer. If we pull this 30-minute single print candle, you're going to laugh. Value area low was the bounce, like Pico again. When everyone's freaking out saying, okay, bull run's over, ha, 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 you know, bulls are going to get wrecked, add your fibs. Golden pocket, it starts at the 618. Pico. There you go. 41145. Missed
Beauty.
it. Missed it.
Absolute fucking beauty.
And it works on alts. It works pretty much on, it works on Forex. It works in traditional stock market. It's pretty fucking it's wild. It's so wild. That's it.
Beautiful, brother.
You want to stream again?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think this is a good first day. I'm going to start updating more in my corner now. I really just wanted to do a stream before I started getting super active with trades. I want to give people more context to like who I am, like how I trade, how I think, so they can make more sense of like how I do things. And people can always come and like ask me, DM me, add me as a friend. I'll answer your DMs, no problem. And if you need help or you're struggling with something or you just need advice, any kind of advice, like I'm there for you guys. So it's pretty much it.
You're gonna be down me on the 16th. You better come.
Where are you guys going?
We're gonna be in Miami on the 16th.
I'll be here.
All right. I'll see you soon.
I'll see you in 12 days, brother.
I turned 36. I'm an old fucking guy now.
Woo! I'll be 34 next month.
Let's go, baby. At least I'm not the only guy in his 30s. Fucking hanging around woods and shit.
I know. I know. They're still really young. So funny. Uncle Pocky, Uncle Nick. Let's go, boys. Run back.
Yeah, let's run it, baby.
Let's print this year, man. 2024 is going to be a fucking amazing year. There's going to be so much volatility. Like everyone needs to get super excited about this because we haven't seen volatility like this in a while. It's so good.
I can promise you guys, just because, you know, you guys see I'm on everyone's streams, HBJ, Tyreek, everybody, right? I will definitely be having collabs with Nick just based off this call because our levels match up every time. And he uses a different strategy. And like when you get something like that, like even Gurus matches ours as well, Nick. So it's pretty good.
I love that, man.
All right, I'll see you guys later, man.
All right, boys. Good shit. I'm always available. Let me know. Have a good day, Pocky. I'll see you soon, all right?
You too, brother. Peace.
Peace.